Welcome to Musician Live. I'm Moyo, and in this lesson today, we're going to be talking about diminished movements. Well, simple diminished movements to the 2 chord. And I'll also add 2 bonus movements. So before we start, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's get started. So we'll be in the key of C sharp. Okay, so this is the C sharp major scale. Those are all the notes of the C sharp major scale. Okay, so now the first movement we'll talk about is this one. So this is a flat 2 to the 3, then to the 2 movement, a diminished movement. Okay, so how do we play this movement? Firstly, let's start with a diminished chord for my beginners. What's a diminished chord? So a diminished chord, basically how I construct it, is, let's go to C. I play the root, the flat 3, the flat 5, and double flat 7, which is a 6. So the root, the flat 3, flat 5, double flat 7. Because this is the flat 7, right? So I have to flat the flat 7 again. So to my beginners, for you to form chords, you have to know the scales, how scales are formed. And for you to know how scales are formed, I'll put a link above so you can check that one out. Okay, so let's go to C sharp. Okay, so now we're going to play first inversion of the flat 2. So for my beginners again, if you do not know inversions, please check out the Southern African Gospel Techniques. It will help you out with inversions. So, but here's a quick preview of inversion. You take your first note to the top, and these middle notes stay the same. So this is root position. I take this note to the top, these stay the same. That's first inversion. Now for second inversion, the same thing. Take this note to the top, the rest stay the same. Third inversion, same thing, until I reach root position. So now, for this flat 2 chord, we're playing it in second inversion on the right hand. And on the left hand, I'll have to make it drop 2. So drop 2s just means your second highest note. This is my highest note, but I'm dropping the second highest note. So I bring the second highest note here. So there we go. And also for the 3, same thing. I play second inversion of the diminished chord on my right hand, and I drop 2, which means I drop that one to my bass. So here's the movement. So that's a simple diminished movement. You can also do this. So I'm just moving chromatically to the flat 2 and to the 3. So let's try this movement out in a song. Let's do Tina Imihla Nemihla. So you heard that? Okay. So now let's move on to the second movement. So the second movement is a 4-3-2 movement. So this is the second diminished movement. Okay, so I got this movement from one of my favorite pianists. His name is Jonathan Powell. So basically, what he does is he plays a 4 diminished chord, root position, then to a 3 diminished chord, first inversion, then to your 2 minor 11. So let's break this down. On my right hand on the 4, I'll play the root and it's double flat 7 or 6. Then just play a diminished chord on the 4. Now to the 3, I play the root, double flat 7 or the 6, and I play its diminished chord on first inversion. So it will go like this. Sorry. And then on my 2, I'm playing a 2 minor 11. So how do I voice my minor 11? On my left hand, I'll play the root, the 5th, and the flat 3. So I stretch that up until here. Then on my right hand, I'm going to play the 11th or 4, the 5th, the flat 7th, and the 9. So that's the minor 9, 2 minor 9 chord. So let's try it in the song. Sorry, I'm supposed to play the melody there so it doesn't sound off like this. You can't do it, but it sounds a bit off. It's better to stay true to the melody. Like, okay, so now let's go on to the third movement, the bonus one. So you'll play a sharp 9, sharp 5 to the 2. This is another movement. Oh. So how do I voice this sharp 9, sharp 5? So basically on my left hand, I play the root, and I play the 3rd. And on my right hand, I'm going to play the flat 7th, going to play the sharp 9, and the sharp 5. So you can also, if you can stretch, you can play it like this. Just play the root and the 3 on your left hand. What you can do. Or there's this voicing of mine. This is my special voicing I invented. So every time you play this one, you can call it the Moyo movement. Okay, so it's basically, just look at it on screen. It's a sharp 9, sharp 5 chord. There we go. That's how you voice it. This is a Moyo sharp 9, sharp 5 voicing to the 2 chord. Okay, so let's try it in the song. So that's the third movement. Now for the fourth movement. This one is just it's a dominant 7 sus4 chord. So this is a very common movement in your West Coast type of players. Mike Burrell for one, and Jason White use them quite frequently. I think even Corey Henry. It's just basically a tension and release. So why do I say tension and release? Because the chord resolves itself. That's why it makes this blah, blah kind of a sound. So we go to a dominant sus4 chord, then we go to a dominant 7 flat 9 chord. That's where it resolves, then to the 2. So how do we voice this? On my left hand, I'll play the root of the chord, the root, and then I play the 4th, play the flat 7th. On my right hand, I play the 9th and the 5th. So this is a dominant 9 sus4. Then I go to a dominant 7 flat 9, which means I move this note here and this note there. There we go. Yes, dominant 7 flat 9. So nothing changes when I'm going to the flat 9 besides this one going here and this one going there. So then to the 2 minor 11, which I already showed you guys. So let's try it in a song. Yeah. So those are the 4 movements, well, 2 diminished movements and 2 different other movements. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson, and I hope those movements help you out, especially if you are a beginner or an intermediate player. These were just simple movements for you guys. And guys, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.